Everybody, welcome to Pal's Pods.
Hey, pal.
Hi, pal.
Hey, pal.
Hey, pal.
All right, everybody. So we're here with Anthony Viscomi, who is the official pal. Nick, thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Dino, I appreciate you coming in again, buddy. I was on Dino's podcast last week, which was fun. I'm sure no one will see it because they've already given it. They've already thrown it off the internet, but this is going to be fun. So, right off the bat, a lot to talk about.
Lots to talk about.
A lot to talk about, Anthony.
Lots to talk about. And I'm going to start off by saying, how about the Cincinnati Bengals? Are they going to go all the way?
The Super Bowl champs you're talking about.
Absolutely.
I'm okay with that.
I'm perfectly fine with saying it. Cincinnati Bengals against the Philadelphia Eagles in the Super Bowl. And even though somebody here is wearing a shirt, professing his love for them,
TJ Maxx clearance.
I think you're going to have your hands full. But Joe Burrow, Cincinnati Bengals, will be in the Super Bowl against the Eagles. You heard it here first. Load up.
Dino.
Load up.
I don't disagree. I'm a little scared of McCaffrey and Debo, I'll be honest. But
Why?
just, they catch everything. McCaffrey plows through everybody. Debo catches anything in the slot. It's
But
crazy.
your uniforms are so scary. They alone would not let me run through
Don't
that
forget
line.
about the new helmets.
Oh.
They're black now.
That's true.
How the Giants looking?
The New York Football Giants, I'm proud to say, had their best year probably in 8 years. Coach of the year, by the way, if you haven't heard, Brian
Jacksonville.
DeBall.
I agree.
NFC voted him
You think the Giants had a better season than the Jacksonville Jaguars?
far better. Not even a question. We will be in the Super Bowl, if not next year, the year after. The Jaguars is a great story.
Call. Snap call.
But what they will do is like what the Jacksonville Jaguars does, what the Miami Marlins does, they will lead you right up to it, and then they'll trade everybody away.
This is being recorded, correct? I just want to.
yeah.
I want to make sure if
Gotta
we
need
make
that
it.
one.
That's
Forget
the thing.
to season 2. Maybe episode 2.
It's a fair statement. It's a fair statement.
Well, the
I will
thing
say-
is, it's all a business, right? What would you do?
I would sell everybody.
Take the money.
Sell
Take
the
the
team to Saudi Arabia now while it's worth something. They will find a way to mess this up, and hopefully Mr. Lawrence will end up with a really a good team like the Kansas City Chiefs or somebody like the Buffalo Bills, somebody that perennial will always contend. But the Jaguars I think this is their year that they shined, and that's it.
Has anyone seen Eddie Droman since the Dallas Cowboy game?
The Cowboys. Can we talk about the Cowboys?
What about that doctor guy you
Cowboys.
guys hang out with?
Oh, Matt Avina.
No, the doctor.
Who? He's not a doctor.
The Indian guy.
Oh, KP.
Oh, Karan.
That's a great guy. He's a great doctor. But his team, it's awful.
Yeah,
He's awful.
He's definitely not the doctor of gambling. That's for sure.
Can I just ask one question about the Cowboys? Did they really pay Dak Prescott all that money? And they pass on all these great defensive players they could have because they didn't have enough money because they have to pay their quarterback who can't complete a pass in the playoffs.
Mika's sick.
Just
That
curious.
guy's sick. I think he's incredible.
He is.
Just wondering, but Cowboys are out.
They are.
That's right.
So are the Giants.
That's right.
Ooh.
And so is Brady.
Brady, who? Oh, you mean, who?
Where's he going next?
He's probably the Giants because we beat him every time we play him in the Super Bowl, but that's fine.
I'm going to say Vegas, or he's going to do a reunion final tour with New England, with Gronk.
No chance he'll come go to New England. They hate him up there. They hate him. I know for a personal fact they hate him.
So you know all the New England fans?
100%.
You spoke to all of them on Facebook?
I'm telling you, they will not
Kraft.
be welcome back in New England.
I don't know
Kraft
about
likes
that.
him, but-
I like that idea, but I don't think it happens.
No. His best chance is San Francisco. Best chance. He's from there.
Yeah, he's from there. He wants to go back there, but
Did you guys
they
hear
have
this?
3 quarterbacks.
Did you hear the story about him and the Dolphins? Like he almost went to the Dolphins. And then,
Why would you want to go to the Dolphins?
but hold on, they were going to give him a piece of the team. Like they got like player tampering. Did you see that?
Yeah, I'm sure.
he gets a piece of the team?
But it's done now. But I heard a crazy story. Again, conspiracy. That's what Pal's Pods is all about, by the way.
Was it involving crypto?
It was probably, yeah. Live. The guy, that's funny. That's actually pretty funny. Mr. Nicky, did you have any thoughts?
For my pick?
I'd like to see some picks from you, buddy.
I looked at the games, and the only one that I really feel confident in, as giving you Nick's pick for this week, is going to be
Nick's picks, by the way.
Yeah, it's going to be the Eagles -2.5. I think they're going to destroy the Niners.
I agree.
I think that they're going. I think this is going to be the game where you see this whole Cinderella story. Brock Purdy, it's going to come to an end. They're going to pressure him. They're going to get to him. He's not going to react as well. You saw what Daniel Jones did last week. I mean, running for his life.
Running for his life.
It's going to be.
They would have had me blocking for him. I possibly could have helped him, but that's.
I'm not touching that game.
I wouldn't. I'm just scared.
I like the
I'm
Bengals.
scared.
I like to stretch the line. I might go with the super spread there and get odds. I like Philly at home, big time.
Nice.
Agreed.
Nice.
That is my lock of the week.
You make me feel good.
The mush
guys.
has spoken.
You make me feel good.
All right, that's the Knicks picks of the
mush
week.
has spoken.
But actually, Nick has a second wager that we'd like to talk about. Tell them about the Alabama basketball.
I don't have a line on it. It's not open yet. But
Tell us our thoughts on it.
whatever it is, I'm taking it. I'll put it that way.
So you're
Alabama at Oklahoma.
So now you're not Alabama, just Alabama football.
No, but the
you
basketball.
are now Alabama basketball too.
We're a basketball school.
Roll Tide.
We're a basketball school now.
Are
Number
they
2 in
really?
the country. Yeah, number 2 in the country. 17-2. They're a
RMFT.
basketball school. Knocked off number 1 team twice this year.
I must admit, I did not know that.
Well, that's because you don't know a lot of things.
Well, do they have a hockey? Do they have a hockey team too?
So hold on. So you're learning something on Pal's Pod.
Alabama does not have a number 2 basketball team.
Look it up.
Come on.
Look it up.
What? In what?
You know,
Nick's
I
picks?
just happen
What?
to
Which
have it right
one?
here.
Come on. Seriously.
I just
If
happen to have
anybody
it.
doesn't know, Nick
Kentucky,
plays hockey too.
Kansas.
What does that say? What does that say?
It says number 2 in the Yankee Coastal League out of
nice
Greenland.
try.
By the way,
Nice
everyone,
try.
in the notes, tell
AP
us what you think about these bets, because I honestly, I don't know. I'm not touching that Eagles game
Thank
because
me next week.
I'm not a fan.
Thank
but
me next week.
What about Kansas City? I mean, you got to give Kansas City a shot. I mean, the guy's going to hobble around.
Mahomes,
That's the problem. You don't
not
know-
at
you don't know.
100%.
You don't know what he's
They
gonna
will
do.
get killed.
yeah, he's got a fiberglass
Joe
kneecap.
Burrow is the greatest quarterback, I'll say it right now, in the NFL.
Joe Namath.
There's another Pal's
He walks
Pod.
around like
Pal's
Joe
Pod exclusive.
Namath.
He is the new Tom Brady.
Oh my God.
Oh, I believe it.
Absolutely. 100%.
He's good. He's good. He's got some
He
confidence. on
might
him,
win
too.
12 Super Bowls if he stays healthy.
I mean, you got T. Higgins. You have, Jamar
Weapons.
Chase.
Weapons
you got
everywhere.
you got
Weapons.
everything going on there.
Yeah.
He does it so easy. Think about it. 2019, he wins the national championship in college. 2020, he gets hurt. 2021, he gets into the NFL and wins what? Rookie of the year, his honors? And then 2022, he's in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Think about what he's done in just 3
crazy.
years and throw out the year that he was hurt. Because he had what? A knee. He blew out a knee, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what he's
So,
done to
national
my
championship
football
in
card
college.
collection through the roof. By the way.
National championship, an injury, in the Super Bowl, and likely going back to the Super Bowl in a span of 4 years. I don't know if Tom Brady did that.
I'm pretty sure Tom Brady won the Super Bowl. his
Yeah.
first
He
year.
couldn't beat the Giants. He couldn't beat the Eagles.
He came
So
in.
what
He
good is
replaced,
that?
he replaced Drew Bledsoe and went to the
First
Super
of all,
Bowl and won.
First of
That's
all,
what I
I'm just
think.
going to say this. Tom Brady, mad props. It's Bill Belichick's system, period. Who is a descendant of the late,
So
no,
you're saying
not
Tom
late,
Brady didn't win a Super Bowl.
Bill Belichick. Without him as a coach, Tom Brady does not win
So
six
Bill
Super-
Belichick had the Tampa Bay Bucks when they won the Super Bowl.
Look who they played in
was
the
he
Super Bowl.
texting?
It's
Come
the
on.
training. Anthony is talking about the training, the
It is
upbringing.
Bill Belichick, who I must add is a descendant of the great Bill Parcells, New York football giant, former head coach.
Which is do your job.
And that is, you follow my system, I could put people in positions that are average players and make them win. And all I'm saying is, as much as I love Tom Brady to watch him, he's the GOAT.
So what happened to Mac Jones this year? What happened to Mac Jones this year?
Mac Jones is not good.
Do you know who Mac Jones' backup was? Do you know who that was?
Yeah, it's some guy I can't even pronounce.
Zappy.
Bailey Zappi.
Oh, it's terrible. Another
I thought he
terrible.
was pretty good. I can't lie.
He played one
You know-
one good quarter.
Hold on, I just want to say one thing too. Did you read the story that the Keller Williams guy got hit with like a 50 million cold, like something for cold calling?
You
Did
sent
you
me.
see
You
that?
sent me the TikTok.
Did-
Yeah.
I don't know if it's true or not. So I'm not.
I mean, I don't know how they would go straight to corporate. I mean, it would be individual agents cold calling because corporate doesn't do cold calling for.
But that was an
for
interesting
listings.
article, right?
Yeah,
That was a
it's
crazy,
crazy.
article.
It's
That was a
crazy.
crazy article. I didn't mean to
Yep.
jump off the sports topic. I just
No, I just want to know last thing. Who's Mattress Matt betting on? Matt, what's his name?
Mattress Mac.
Hold on.
2
I
million,
just saw
5
something
million,
on him.
10
He-
million?
He just bet.
He bet 2 million and
he
lost
just-
on the Cowboys.
No,
but he
just
made
bet-
700 million in his mattress thing. So I think he's ahead. But he lost 2 million.
Oh, it's brilliant what he does.
It's very brilliant.
The hedge, the
It's-
mattress hedge.
Well, yeah, but it's some kind of sales incentive that he does, and where even if he loses his bet, he crushes it with sales.
Yeah, if he wins his bet,
You got to bet over. You got to buy like
Everybody can
$3,000 worth of
You get your
furniture.
money. You get your money back.
get your
or
money back if they
I think
win.
you even get double your money back. I think you actually profit if they win. That's what I thought someone told me.
Can I make
could
a-
be wrong.
you know
I
we
know
should-
there's a $3,000 minimum.
You know what we should do? We should all
should
go
put our money together, put
to
$100 on it.
Houston.
Yeah,
We should all go
buy
to
a mattress.
Houston and buy a bunch of furniture and bring it back here.
Look, it's $750 a man. We
That's
can do
not his
that.
worst idea.
We can then sell his
How
stuff,
cool would
double
that
our
be?
money.
That is up there with race car hats.
Oh my God, the NASCAR hats.
NASCAR
oh
hats.
my God.
NASCAR, there's a
Garage
sport for
filled
you.
with them.
We
Mike-
love
Hey,
NASCAR.
Mike, what are these?
I know we do. We love NASCAR.
We're,
All right,
we're,
we're-
we're
again-
Daytona boys.
Again,
NASCAR.
we are.
Again, we're trying to keep these pods to a time limit because we could just go on forever. I'd like to go. So we sat down. I believe we're all considered. Maybe you three are professionals in the industry right now. I can't find a job. I have nothing to do. But with that being said, I wanted to talk about the economy a little bit in Daytona Beach, surrounding areas right now. And I want to get a take from Realtor Guy. I want to get a take from Super Construction. And Anthony, you are an unbelievable story. What happened after your dad was a nightmare, and what you and your brother have done has been remarkable. We all love you. You're definitely my inspiration to get this podcast started. And I'm very happy. I love you. Like I consider you a
Thank
dear
you. I
friend.
appreciate that.
And
I
then
think I'm gonna
there's
cry.
Nick. And then there's Nick. So with that being said, I'd like your take. I think everybody would like your take because you guys are in you're in the middle of it.
Well, I'll be first to start off and say, first of all, I appreciate that very much. I've been here 44 years.
Hey, pal.
So, hey, pal.
It shows.
1977, when parts of Nova Road were dirt road. And I will say the last couple of years, and a lot of it has to do with COVID, people coming down here. I have never seen more excitement for local business.
I agree.
And people coming to this area and expecting and wanting nicer things. And we've all seen some of the new restaurants that have popped up, a few bars, wine bars and whatnot,
Which we'll get into.
which have drawn people from multiple cities for destination, and because they want to enjoy Daytona. And it's remarkable to me because prior to that, I never saw the excitement. And I'm starting to see it from a business standpoint. The restaurants are very busy. I go out a lot to a lot of well-known restaurants, and they're active. Everybody seems to be smiling. Now, we are going into a period that some people are worried about inflation, and it's going to take its toll. But I'll be first to say I think Florida will be the last to feel it because everybody wants to be here.
I have to agree with that. How about you, Dino? Dino, you've sold multiple millions of dollars in real estate. Much like Anthony, you and I have an unbelievable history together. We've partnered up on many things before. But I've been out of the spotlight for a while, and I've been out of Daytona Beach for a few years now, although it'll always be my home. My dear friends are here. But as a guy like you,
So it's always great to hear what Anthony says
I agree.
about the economy of this area. And I love it because it feeds me because I do see the other side of it, like not on the commercial building level, but more the investment level. So
and you're seeing
people are buying. The problem is the lending.
Yeah, that's a problem.
But the blessing
problem.
about this town is we have so many people that are not over leveraged that we deal with anyways,
the mistake in 2008.
that we can do owner financing or wraparound or some kind of creative financing. Or we know a lot of people that do hard money here in town, jewelers and investors and
Gamblers,
we know a
highlight
lot,
players.
Yeah. All the gangsters in town.
It's a lot of private jokes here.
Yeah, private jokes. There's no gangsters here, but I call them.
I was talking about the ex-highlight players.
Hey, pal.
That's a hey, pal.
That's a hey, pal. All right.
So no, but we do have a lot of influx in multifamily, hotels, motels.
And are you seeing out-of-state money? Or are you seeing international money come in? What?
It's a lot of California, New York.
I mean, you don't blame
The
them.
hoteliers
Yeah.
are a
who
lot
wants
of
to be there.
The
Those places
hoteliers are
suck.
the hoteliers are coming out of New York who have bases in Miami, let's say, but they want something in less expensive market. And this area is great for that. And the one thing I am worried about is our beach properties. And that's where I find comfort in Anthony, because he's about to take on a lot of that burden. And
With the
I
seawalls, yes.
with the seawalls, and I commend you for that. And I'm definitely rooting for you.
Well, we all know what has happened over the last few months, and actually, the deterioration of the beaches didn't just happen in the
No, it's
since
continuous,
September. It's continuous. But we have to get the beach right. Development in Volusia County has happened west of I-95. I've lived out there. I've built 200, 300 homes out there. You're right, Dino. We need to improve the beach. And I live on the beach right now. And it's a shame that I look out my window and I've lost 4 to 5 feet of vertical displacement of the beach that I used to love to go down there and walk on it. I can't go down my stairs. The stairs are gone.
The stairs are not there.
It's tough. It really is. But you have to rebuild the beach. And DeSantis, who was just here, pledged $37.5 million, I believe, for Volusia County.
Correct.
Just the beaches. That's going to help. Because if you look out there right now, and we're just one of many companies doing, seawalls and whatnot, you're seeing everybody's just basically right now trying to save their property. But it's more than just that. You've got to save the beach. And eventually, I think what's going to happen is you're going to have, standardization on seawalls, and they're going to be probably dredging the ocean, I would think, one day to replace some of the earth that's gone. And that is our future. The beach is important.
Well, the name
Very
of
important.
the name of the city is Daytona Beach. It's not Daytona.
Correct.
There are certain organizations and places in town would prefer that all the business stays beachside. But back in the day, I've had some successful. I was very lucky back in the day where we made Beach Street great, but we also made. The bars.
I think you were more than just lucky. I think you were good at what you did.
Yeah.
I'll take an example right now. We have a beautiful new wine bar, 200 North Beach Street, Madeline's. I mean,
It's our girl, Megan.
Megan, props to you.
Shout out,
look what
baby.
she has done. I mean, you've basically got people coming from Ormond, Port Orange. I've seen people come as far away as DeLand, Deltona to come to Beach Street.
I
to
came
a
from Boca.
wine bar that's
I came from Boca.
You did. Please go back. Hey, pal.
Hey, pal.
But there's an example right there. I mean, it's basically become a destination. It's not like there's a tremendous amount of housing around it. And it also is an area that recently got beat up by the flooding, and yet people just come in droves. And there's an example. And other restaurants are popping up on Beach Street. Beach Street should have been... What's going on at Beach Street right now should have happened 15 years ago.
Yeah, what's on Atlantic Avenue, to be honest with you, Delray.
Hopefully, this
Las
is the
Olas.
start of it.
I feel like it tried 15 years ago. It tried to kind of start
Never.
that.
Never. No. But I will say, Nick, chime in on that, because you're the new guy to the table as far as being in the mortgage business. What is your take? Are you getting phone calls? Are people looking to refi? Are they looking for HELOCs? What are they looking
Nobody's
for?
looking to refi right now. I mean,
it would make no sense.
Yeah, nobody, unless they absolutely have to. But so no. There's still people are looking to buy. A lot of people moving in from out of state, like Dino was talking about. I'm on the residential side, so I'm not with the commercial. But there's still people wanting to move here. People having to move here. They're still looking for houses. The rates have slowed it down, and they're getting better by the week. But there's still demand there.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to chime in, but I saw on Tatiana's site you had that 3-2-1 mortgage. That looked pretty interesting. That might be something someone would be interested
Yeah, we just rolled
to
that
buy out of the
literally
rates.
this week.
Yeah, that looks very interesting. I'm sorry, Dan, I didn't mean to chime in.
The
rate buy down.
10-year Treasury today was 3.44. So that means the rates are going to be down.
And I'm just going to add one very important stat here. In 1999, I was selling a lot of homes at 6.5% to 7% interest rates. So I think that part of the problem here is the psyche.
We were spoiled.
That we were
100%.
so spoiled at 2% and 3%. Y'all look at the history of mortgage rates in this area. Go back to the early 80s.
The 70s. 10,
They were
12,
higher
14%.
than where they were now. And
Ask
you know
your
what
parents.
will happen?
Yeah.
They're going to adapt just like we adapted to the higher gas prices, just like we adapted to higher goods and services. People will eventually adapt. I'm not saying they should be purchasing more than they should, but you will adapt, and just like we always do.
I completely agree. So getting back to business, we did talk about a lot about bars. We have talked about a lot about restaurants. So another segue. And by the way, if you guys have any questions about seawalls, financing, commercial properties. I mean, leave us a message. Like, we want to hear what you have to say. If you have something you want to sell, we're buying. Like, we're actively buying. But I am also very interested. We talked about restaurants, not bars. Let's focus on restaurants. Have you guys seen the guy Keith Lee on TikTok? He's the food reviewer from Las Vegas. The guy's literally saving small businesses all throughout. The guy's amazing. I highly recommend going on TikTok, look up Keith Lee. The guy's absolutely special. So for us, who's our favorite restaurant? Now, I have an idea what you guys are going to say. Now, keep in mind, I mean, I'm a big guy. I've eaten, our lunch, if you really think about it, lunch, dinner is what we do. But let's focus on Daytona, maybe, or we can go out, Ormond. What's your favorite restaurant? Where's your go-to? You're hungry?
Well, I'm being Italian and 44 years. My number one on the list is definitely Mario's. In Ormond. I mean, you're around since 19.
I had it written down. I had it.
It was 1 to 9 that was going to be the choice.
Yes.
Hey, pal.
Mario's minus 900.
That
was the chalk on the board.
Look, you're around for 1957 for a reason. They have the same decor probably since 1957.
The same
staff
utensils.
is great. The same utensils.
Utensils.
Those stainless steel dishes for the salad. I mean, it's fantastic. And again, it's Southern Italian cooking. Some people like Northern. So you can get pretty much anything you want there. I mean, their menu is big. The service is great. But most importantly, their prices are so good. I mean, you can get there a full chicken Parmesan dinner for still $20. And garlic bread, regular bread, salad, you name it. And they treat you like gold.
But I'm going to segue your chicken parm. I want to segue your chicken parm.
I'm hungry. But
I'm going to segue your chicken parm.
It's 6:30.
Yes, we're running out of time. I'm going to segue your chicken parm because I'm going to keep it to Italian then. You want Italian, I'll go Italian. By no means are these the only restaurants we go to.
No,
like,
not at all.
by no means.
No. But Italian, that's my number.
But I will tell you the best chicken parm sandwich that I've had, and I had one about a week ago. I had someone bring one to me, is Alberto's in Port Orange. Absolutely the best chicken Parmesan sandwich I've had.
I've not been.
And
I hear good things.
And the pizza is very, very, very
I've
good.
heard nothing but great things.
Yeah,
But I've never been.
Amazing. I mean, it is what it is. But I'm going to go with Dino's not going Italian. Where are you going, buddy?
So, Off the Hook. I love the seafood there, the ambiance, the sunsets.
Ponce Inlet?
Yep.
Did you really go off the hook? I haven't been there in a while.
That was a heck of a call. He went south.
He did. He went south. You took
He
left
went
turn
to
at
the
Albuquerque.
tip of
And
Peninsula.
one of our greatest
Wow.
friends parks his yacht there. So
Yes, that's
I'm
true.
very happy about that.
It is definitely off the hook.
Definitely not my best friend, but I'm okay with that.
The clam chowder over there.
We love clam chowder.
And I stopped eating meat, and I accidentally ate the bacon in it, and I was totally fine with. It was so freaking good.
All right, Nick, go out. Go get. Where's your go-to?
My go-to, it's going to be So Napa in Ormond.
Oh, nice.
Or they have New Smyrna also. But
So Napa and New Smyrna is very, very good.
It's the same thing.
Does
in Ormond.
popcorn? Do you get a lot of popcorn there?
Yeah,
or how's that work?
the popcorn dish is great. It's a chirp.
That's a chirp.
Hey, pal.
Hey, pal.
No, So Napa. It's great. I love the atmosphere, the service.
That's a good
the
one.
Food is phenomenal.
Can I go? Can I put I want to put an asterisk on it too. I love Leanne's too. That's my. That's my spot.
By
automatic.
far the best Chinese restaurant.
Yeah.
By far.
The pho there's.
Sorry, Red Bull and everybody else, but Leanne's for sure is number
Have you
one.
been to China Walk? I mean,
China who? China who? China Walk.
That's a walk-in. That's a walk-in New York style.
Is that the place at the flea market? Well,
Yeah.
walk-in who? Or, no, I second that. Leanne's is the closest you'll come to a New York style Chinese food place. It's
authentic.
top-notch.
Yeah.
It is.
Authentic.
And the
Great
people are
family.
great. And they're gamblers, so you gotta you gotta love them. All right,
They bet on the Eagles.
and we'll make this real quick. So here's the one thing that I would like everyone to tell me. When I was a kid, when I was up to 15, I thought if someone said you can only have one thing to eat for the rest of your life, what would it be? And I always thought it would be pizza. Like that was my deal, pizza. If you were to ask me today, what is the one thing I could eat every single day? You guys are going to just laugh. I want to hear what you have to say.
The one
people.
thing every single day?
You have one choice. So when I was a kid, it was always, I can eat pizza every day because you can get a different version of pizza.
Right.
Do you know what mine is today? Chipotle.
oh my God.
I can eat Chipotle every day.
I thought you were going to say the McRib. The disgusting.
You asked for guacamole. They're in a full-out panic at Chipotle. You sure you want to say that?
All right.
Okay.
Well,
Chipotle's good.
As a kid, what did you want? Was it pizza your whole life?
Well, no question. But here's the thing: I'm a pizza snob, and I will admit it. For those of you who don't know, I did a 16 pizza place tour through New York once with
It was
a bunch
fantastic.
with a bunch of pals, the Ormond Beach Pizza Pals, and we rated them. And some of these people, had never really been to a great New York pizzeria before, but we have one, maybe two good pizzerias, and that's why I'm going to say to you, if I had to eat something every single day. Believe it or not, would not be pizza.
Steak.
Prime rib.
Prime rib. I knew it.
From Blackbeard's in New Smyrna Beach would be the top of my list.
By the
good.
way.
Blackbeard's is fantastic.
Blackbeard's
if you
is-
haven't been, Old Dixie Highway or US 1, fantastic prime rib. Fantastic.
When you were a kid.
You guys are going to just hate me for what I'm going to say. I mean, I became vegetarian. Basically, I'm pescatarian. So I'm going to have to say, am I allowed to say salads? Because then I can have shrimp, I can have Caesar. So Napa has an amazing Caesar.
I think that, yeah, I'm going to accept that. I'm going to accept the
That's
salad.
good.
That's
It's
actually
sad,
pretty good.
I can go
Okay.
eat with my kosher buddies, that we do business with. So,
Honestly, I thought it was
I
going to be.
like that. I
thought
like
it was
that
gonna be
better
something
than
way
I like
worse.
that answer better than Chipotle. Hey pal. Hey pal. Hey pal.
Nick. When you were a kid 3 weeks ago,
Mine's still pizza. I'm still on
He's gonna
pizza.
say McDonald's. No, go ahead.
I honestly, I think it's still pizza. Seriously, I mean, if I had to change it, I would pick.
I'm going to let you know.
I would go with
gonna,
filet.
I'm curious on a lot more than that.
What's your favorite pizza place?
Now that's a whole nother discussion. Because it depends what I'm in the mood for. I mean, obviously, Pete's. That's
Pete's.
Pete's has
Sicilian.
always been.
I'm
Numero
going to say
uno.
Pete's for Sicilian.
Number
I mean,
one.
Pete's has always been like my number one. Like I'll defend Pete's.
Pete's Bevel, right?
But
Yeah.
Alpha
yes,
Bevel.
Bevel and Nova.
You sent me there before.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace,
Rest in peace, Pete. He just passed away. But
We
his
love
son
Pete.
George.
George
we
is the
love
best.
Pete. Pete
Yes.
they're from Staten Island, and they have been here since I believe the late '80s, and
we've
they've-
all been friends for over 20
very,
years.
very good.
Yes,
and
we love
very
them.
reasonable. I mean, you can get a large cheese pizza for like $13 there. Still, it's crazy.
Here's the problem. If you're in Ormond, to get there, it's very difficult.
Very difficult.
Exactly, which is why I haven't really had them as much as I want.
You're correct. It's
but
very
we have
difficult.
a close second, and that's Bronx House.
Oh my God, Bronx House Pizza.
Bronx House,
The best
is-
chicken parm pizza, but they never
their
have it anymore.
specialty pizzas
Are the best. And by
delicious.
lunch, 2 slices and a drink for $9.95.
That's a
It's amazing.
franchise, guys.
And it's amazing. They have one here in Port Orange too.
Another place a little further north, we have one in Ormond, Mezzaluna's.
I haven't been.
I love Mezzaluna's.
I haven't even heard about it.
I'm sure Anthony.
Yeah.
I will say to you that Mezzaluna is very good, but again, you got to go up one exit to Old Dixie Highway.
Yeah, Old Dixie right there.
And that's the small one. The big Mezzaluna, I think, is up at the Palm Coast European Village.
There's one there, and there's one in the town center. I think
God,
too.
they have a huge menu. I
Yeah,
mean,
they
it's
have a lot of good
huge.
stuff.
But yes, I would say they would be in the top 3 for me, for sure. You know who also makes very good pizza? Not to get back on this, but Mario's.
Mario's has got very good
has
pizza.
Also, don't forget Giuseppe's.
It's not
Giuseppe
Giuseppe.
says incredible.
Mario's is
Okay,
amazing.
Giuseppe says great pizza.
They do, but you got to be in the mood for it because it is extremely messy.
By the way, you know mine and Anthony's up north friends. Maybe yours are we're getting we're getting thrown off because these people are like, because I'm a New Haven guy. I'm a pizza guy.
And Mike took me to his hometown, and you have 7 of the best pizzerias
I
in
took
the
you to
world.
Modern, which was amazing.
In the world, on the same block on Worcester Street, I believe.
Took you to Worcester. I took you to Sally's.
Bar.
I did take you to the bar, which is
Bar
wonderful.
pizza.
And the best part about bar is you can walk across the street and get hamburgers from
Louis Lunch.
From Lou's Lunch.
Lou's Lunch.
And the nice part about bar's got a great sound. We got to move on. Like, again, this is episode 1, guys. We're feeling everything out.
It's dinner time. I'm
Yeah,
hungry.
yeah.
Hey, pal.
We're getting hungry.
Okay.
So I want to get back to Beachside Daytona real quick. And then I'm going to ask a couple of quick questions. And this may be a little bit more controversial, but you guys know how I feel about politics. You know how I feel about Donald Trump. You know how I feel about the state of Florida. I love Ron DeSantis as well. But do you think the problems, not only in Daytona Beach, has anything to do with politics? Is that an issue? And let it go up to the state level, and then let's go to a national level. And then I kind of want to get your take on Donald Trump running? Does Donald Trump win? And very important. I want to hear this. What do you think it's going to take for my president to win? Anthony, I want to hear from you first, buddy.
Hey, pal.
Hi, pal.
I voted for Donald Trump in 2016, and I thought he did a good job. Some people hate him. Look, every president has had issues. We can go back to Teddy Roosevelt, and I could pull out a president from every single 4 years and tell you things that they messed up. If they would have had cell phones back in the day of Teddy Roosevelt, or Franklin Delano Roosevelt, they probably wouldn't have elected him. I mean, it's a different world now. But I think, truthfully, as much as I like Donald Trump, that he probably should not be the Republican nominee. And I'm a bigger DeSantis fan, to be truthful with you, because I think that
Let's thank Anthony for being on the last episode.
Hey, pal. I think
There's a new hey, pal.
Hey, pal. I think my personal opinion is Ron DeSantis has the best chance and will probably win.
Polls prove different. Polls prove different.
I'm just, a lot of polls had Hillary Clinton winning in 2016, and we know the polls.
Agreed.
Yes.
I also want to make.
You don't know what people are thinking.
Hold on to what you just said.
I want to point out a lot more quieter than they used to be.
What Bill Clinton did in the White House, no president in the world can ever do worse. He set the bar.
I agree, and that's where I was going with.
For
Every
being
president,
an absolute scumbag.
I think that, I think truthfully, I would love to see Donald Trump get behind DeSantis, and I don't want to see the two of them get into a fight, because I think it'll hurt the Republican Party. That's my opinion.
Let's make. Okay, and by the way, Anthony, and by the way, you could speak your mind. I want everyone to speak their mind. I want to hear what everyone has to say.
I love Trump, but I don't think he can win. I don't think he can win.
Hey, pal. Let's make something very clear. Ron DeSantis is our governor today, and please, someone. I have friends. Send this to him. Ron DeSantis is our governor today because of Donald Trump. Let's make something very clear. If you go back to that election, Andrew Gillum,
he won by less than 1%.
Who is the biggest piece of snail crap to ever run in the state. Period. And by the way,
I'm glad you brought that up, because people forget how close we were to having him
less than
as our governor.
So,
less than 1%.
By the way, Donald Trump swooped in, did a rally, and that's what made everyone happen. By the way, let's be clear. Ron DeSantis has already made clear most of his policies were predicated on what Trump's agenda. Okay. I personally believe when Ron DeSantis said, I want to be your governor for the next 6 years, whatever the case was, and he was just elected. By the way, he won in a landslide. You do realize, imagine him running and losing, and Trump losing. Now we lose Florida, we lose the presidency. It would be an absolute nightmare.
I think that you got to remember this. The economy usually at the end of the day is what people base their vote on. And the economy, by the time I believe the 2024 election turns around, will still have inflation. There's going to be unemployment. It's already on the rise. And I think people are going to vote with their pocketbooks, and they're going to say, this isn't working. And what I mean by that is the current administration. So they're going to look to the other side. And all I'm simply saying is, whoever it may be, whether it be Mr. Trump, whether it be Mr. DeSantis, or whomever, there needs to be unity. Because the fastest way to lose this upcoming election for the Republicans is to have them all fighting each other. I think that's going to be a very bad thing. Because then they'll say, all right, well, we're not going to get much better over here. We're not going to get anything done. So we'll stay where we're at, or we won't vote.
Can I throw in a little controversial?
Voting for what you currently have.
Little controversy here. I'm gonna be clear, okay? Because you want. By the way, I don't mean to take over the conversation.
No, I love this.
I'm very passionate, by the way. So you're saying,
pal, yes, you are.
Absolutely. Are you saying that you think DeSantis is going to run with Trump, or you think DeSantis is going to go against him?
It could.
Who's his running mate?
It could.
Who's his running mate?
I think there's plenty of time to figure that out.
No. There's no time. There's no time.
I think, hey, pal, I think behind the scenes, there's probably discussions happening. Look, the Republicans, in my opinion, have a clear path to victory here. The only way they're gonna not win is if they mess it up themselves.
Okay,
that's my opinion.
And I'm gonna let you tell. I'm gonna tell you right now, and then Nick, you can chime in, because I'm not getting into this right now. Well, we'll get into it the next episode, but I'm gonna make it clear. And I said it. I spoke on it on Dino's Deal Room. By the way, wonderful. It's on Spotify. The Deal Room with Sean and Dino. I will make it clear that the Republicans need to loosen up their stance on abortion. Period. End of sentence.
Yes.
If they loosen up their stance on abortion, I'm not getting into the Second Amendment here, but if they loosen up their stance, by the way, I'm not saying loosen up, like I'm saying that they need to redefine what is fair or unfair. And you can't just, it's this pro-life stance.
And what's Trump's stance on it?
Trump is pro-life.
And
Trump
Trump
said to leave it up to the states.
Leave it up to the states.
Well, I agree with you. I think that's a major, major, major problem if they decide to go down that same path. Because if they do, they're going to alienate over half the population.
Yes, and well, they already have.
already did, yeah.
And it's already been proven. It's already been proven that that's a topic people
And it'll
care
happen
about.
again.
Yeah.
Period. End of
I think they
sentence.
underestimated the impact that would come from that.
Well,
And
because it breaks
I mean,
up.
look at the midterms. It was supposed to be this landslide,
husband and
red
wife,
wave.
wasn't it?
That was very underwhelming. I mean, that alone shows you that these people care about that more than you think.
But
and some people, that's all they care about.
but
Some
there's a reason behind that. I'm sorry, I
I
didn't mean
get
to
it.
jump in. The reason is, I am right now. Not only am I unvaccinated, I thank God every day I didn't
Can I
take
move over
it.
there? I'm sorry. Hey, pal.
Exactly.
Hey, pal. Hey, pal.
You can move. Hit the road. I want to
levity
point
there.
out that it's
pals.
funny when you see the memes out there of people that are actually saying we will never regret not taking it. It is absurd. I mean,
and that movement is getting stronger.
right?
By the day.
I'm saying, if we're saying my body, my choice, if I'm saying I'm not putting a vaccine in my body because I don't want something, who am I to tell a woman that she has to carry anything for any reason? Here's the thing: they want to talk about it with rape or incest or something to that effect. Again, controversy, I get it. I'll take it. I don't care if a woman uses it as her form of birth control. I don't care because I do not want to dictate. I don't want the government telling anyone what they can do with their body. So I'm in a crazy situation where I get people who want to see life happen. And I completely respect that as well. Religious beliefs, whatever the case may be, I don't think the government should be chiming in. I'm sorry, I don't mean to take this up. I'm very passionate about this. By the way, I will say this. I do believe Tulsi Gabbard's the call for my vice president because I think it's the one thing that would bring the parties closer together. And I truly believe Donald Trump is running as an independent.
That's crazy.
I think you're right. I think he will run as an independent.
Oh, wow.
and I think he has no shot.
Yeah.
That's no shot.
And-
then.
and there's
He has
no shot.
You need,
I'm serious.
you need either party
I
behind
think he has
you.
no shot.
But you also thought that when there were 17 people on the dais, and I bet everyone in America.
No, I was a believer back then. I'm
I
just
won
saying
tens
now,
of thousands
after
of dollars
everything-
on that bet.
Hey, pal, it's 8 years, remember. Things have changed in 8 years, just like you changed a lot. And that's what I'm trying to say, is that
I respect that.
I love Donald Trump, and I think he opened up our eyes. And because of what he did from 2016 to 2020 is why we're as passionate as we are about things. And, COVID and other times, there's always going to be something. Every 4 years, every 8 years, something new's going to come
By the way, you know
up.
what else changed? Russia changed. The bullshit against Kavanaugh changed. Let me tell you, all the lies that were given in Donald Trump's party, and I'm going to let everyone know right now, and this is how I feel about life. Imagine being someone that was followed by cameras his whole entire life. His whole entire life. The only thing they got him is grab a pussy. Think about this. What would happen if they followed you around with cameras all day long? The bottom line is
They do.
right.
But hey, pal.
Right, but those are the guys from Grindr. I'm talking about in real life.
Grindr.
I'm talking about
Grindr? Tinder, Grindr. What's that? I don't know
But
these
to make
things.
a long story short, man, we are watching every conspiracy theory come true every single day that's happening right now. So I'm just hoping, and I see it. I don't know if you guys see it, but I'm seeing my Democratic friends who were like, it's all over, to now it's turning into, oh, they both suck. Like, oh, they're both awful. And it's like, no, your guy sucks. Like Biden's still awful. Like, it's just
and he's
awful.
busted.
Yeah. Well,
Well, you've got
It
what?
is.
When's the election? November 2024. So we have 18 months. Believe it or not, even though it doesn't seem like it's that far, a lot can happen. And I think my opinion is that it will all move in the right direction away from what we currently have, is my opinion. But the surest way to lose a sure thing is for having them all fight against each other. It just would be so foolish. Just dumb. And you're right, getting away from some certain topics.
Yeah, we need to get away from
100%.
certain topic.
Yeah, but
I'll be the first one to say I don't trust the process anymore. I don't after the feeling that I had
Great take,
the last
Nick. Great take.
election.
Great take.
I mean, you've seen it firsthand. My interest in everything going on with it has just I'm like,
that's a good point.
I've lost interest. I don't trust it.
We just got to start mailing in ballots.
Yeah, I don't look. I don't trust Mike's picks. Hey pal, but
The truth is, we for some reason Democrats they mail all their shit in.
Yeah.
We don't. Then it doesn't matter. But listen, after Fetterman got elected, you realize the whole system is complete mockery. It's disgusting.
And I slipped back into that same feeling of like, okay, this is going to be something. The midterms, this is going to be it. This is going to be where the statement is made, and it wasn't. And it was some of the same shocking. Like,
It could have
are you
been
serious?
worse. It could have been worse.
It could have, I guess.
Again, we'll talk about this probably on the next.
It was a stalemate. It's like you control this, I control this, and nothing will get done.
I hate.
I mean,
I hate Lindsey Graham. I think Lindsey Graham cost Herschel Walker his opportunity in Georgia. I'm just going to throw that out there. So with that being said, all right, guys, I'm going to take a couple seconds myself right now, and I want to thank everyone, whoever's watching. Right now, I know for a fact I got 2 viewers, my mother and Anthony's mother. So if we can get 5 likes, this would be fantastic. So
you promised me 10. I will not return. If I don't get 10 likes, that's it.
We already lost Dave, so we lost one.
lost one like.
What, Dave? What happened to you, buddy?
Look, at the very least, we're going to be able to eat cheap at Mario's.
No, 100%.
Yeah, exactly. I think I got you a free chicken parm.
Yeah, absolutely.
Pizza.
Hey, pal.
I will say,
glass of wine at Madeline's.
I will say that David Marshlock has probably the greatest story about OJ. I wish he was here. He's got an OJ story. It's going to blow.
Simpson?
OJ Simpson.
The juice? The juice that got loose?
The juice that got loose.
That decided to steal
Yeah,
his
that's-
memorabilia back.
Like something good or something bad?
It's phenomenal. I can't even get into it. He was supposed to be here, but he was at the hockey game last night.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? I'll give it. Dave gave me 2 hockey picks last night that I won with 18 seconds
you didn't
left
even
in
know.
both games.
I let you know.
Yeah, I literally
text
turned
him.
the TV off. I was like, that's it. I'm never gambling again. This is all
Done.
over. And then I won, which
And
is
then you won $1
fantastic.
million.
Great job, Dave.
He was blocking his bookie.
All right, so go ahead. And
No, I
then
was going to say I'm glad you won. You're paying in Madeline's tonight, but thank you, pal. Hey, pal. Hey, pal.
anything for Megan. So I want to point out real quick. So, and then just keep in mind, we're probably going to cut this a little bit shorter. So, well, I'm saying that for production. I'm going to probably cut this a little shorter, but I just want to let everyone know. Pal's Pod was formulated, was in my mind for years now. I've been a big fan of my friends for many years. I know it sounds ridiculous, but anyone who knows me knows how much I love my friends. And fortunately for me, I've had the opportunity to be many places. So when I say people are my best friend, you know, I have Pete, you know, I have Martin, I have my guys down here. I mean, Eddie's my friend forever. You go down to South Florida. I mean, Keith, there's so many people. And then a few years ago, a couple of people realized that my little brother passed away. And all my worlds collided at one time in the sense that all my friends got together. And the one thing I never expected was all my friends were going to like each other more than me. So, like,
We still do.
that's that. So, but it's kind of funny. Like, you can go to Florida, like Pete, Keith, all those people, you love them equally as much. You know, you guys have your own relationships. So that's pretty crazy. And friendships have meant everything to me. And I've done everything for my friends forever. But with that being said, I believe that the premise of this, the Pals Pod premise, is to have a bunch of our friends together. And we're trying to let people see what our conversations are like, not just at the bar, but these are general conversations we have all the time. And I think you guys would agree.
I just, on a local level, just to feed off of what Anthony said, I just feel like the city should also help out the people that are helping the community, not push back against them. There's certain people we know who we're talking about.
Oh, you're
I don't want to say any names,
okay.
but the city, you know, commissioners, past commissioners, you know, they kind of feel like it's my city, or hey, I run this, or hey, I have a say, or I've teamed up a group of people. Don't team up on businesses that have helped clean up places, especially when they have resources or
To continue.
a lot of money.
To continue.
Right. They'll just pick up and leave. So just respect the people that are trying to help your community. That's what I have to say on that.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that. Is there anything else you guys were kind of thinking about?
Can we go back to pizza?
Can we go back? Can we talk about the
can we end on
IRS?
pizza?
What's going on with the IRS?
You know what I want to go? You know, I really
The
want to.
GOP wants to.
Well, I like the tax
I like
plan.
that.
I do.
I've been saying that for years. Hey, if I go to Best Buy, I should be able to be taxed on the product. It's my choice to buy it. It might not be a necessity, but let me get taxed here instead of paying an income tax later. Just my thoughts on that. I'm kind of excited.
I know you-
about
I know
that.
you-
I know. It won't
I just want
happen,
to pay
but-
less. It's simple, right? I paid way too much last
How do you
couple
guys?
years.
How do you feel
I don't
about the? How do you feel about the ban for masks coming back to airplanes? How do you feel about Anthony Fauci?
and my, anybody that asks me
Back
to wear
to
a mask
pizza.
at this
So,
mask,
pizza.
no, I don't even know. I wouldn't even know where to find my masks anymore. I'm an anti-masker, so there. I don't care. What was I saying?
Did you ever wear a mask?
Briefly, I think it.
On any body part?
Yeah, exactly. No.
It's funny you bring up the mask. I watched an episode of South Park the other night with my daughter, and it was they were making fun of the whole mask situation in schools and everywhere else, and it was about wearing pajamas. And it was like when you watch it from that perspective of how stupid it was and how silly the whole fight was to start with. It's pretty funny. I don't. It was an old episode, but I didn't pick up halfway through it. I'm like, they're making fun of masks. Like it clicked in my head.
Did you guys see the episode on TikTok of the guy in the exit row that had the gloves, the mask, and everything? The guy's wiping it down with Lysol. The guy next to him brings the stewardess over and goes, "This guy's not going to save anyone. If we're in trouble, like what happens? This guy needs to be out of the exit row. He's not going to save anyone." I thought it was fantastic. So, all right. With that being said, hey pal.
Hey, pal.
Hey, pal.
I appreciate everyone listening. But this was good. I feel good. I feel like we have the right team together, and there are definitely other guests who would like to join us, and I'd like to see their perspective on some crazy things.
They've been calling me this whole time.
The whole time, yeah. Like this could have been a little bit. This could have taken a left turn at Albuquerque. So, with that being said, we appreciate everyone watching, and we're good.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.
And don't forget, hey, pal.
Hey pal,
Hey, pal.
watch
Hey,
us on,
pal.
look for us on Spotify. Thank you. Bye bye.